Howdy ho, guys and gals. We're back. We're talking Autozone today. We're going to do a store walkthrough, talking about whether you should be considering Autozone. We got all the sales for you. We're going to go through the sales flyer. We're going to talk about the new tools and stuff that they have, some of the other stuff they carry, as well as some of the policies and stuff about Autozone that maybe you don't know about and maybe you should. And then at the end, we're going to have a conversation. I want to get some feedback from you, specifically about where you rank Autozone and is it in your consideration when it comes to auto parts and stuff like that. And if not, why not? But let's not jump ahead. Let's do that store walkthrough first, and let's see what you got in store in case you haven't been in a while. All right, let's do a quick walkthrough of the store. They got a military's discount they're talking about right there. They also have copies of at least one page of the flyer. That's the whole flyer. I thought that was interesting. But we're going to cover the whole flyer in depth here after we do the walkthrough. So don't worry about doing any screenshots or pausing the screen here. We're going to cover it in just a second. Now, that said, though, usually when I'd walk in, they would actually have the full flyer. I don't know if it's just this store or what, but let me know what you're seeing at your local store. Now, anyway, we got light bulbs over here. Always a decent place to go and grab some replacement bulbs and whatnot. I like this. They have a little thing. You can scan it. You get the LED. Make sure you're getting the right bulb for it. DEF fluid. Now, my area has been having problems keeping DEF fluid in stock. Glad to see they have some. Clearly not a lot. Huge selection of WD-40, as you can see there. Any kind of can of your choice there. Lots of sales. Again, we're going to get more in depth as far as the sales going through on the flyer there. Unfortunately, not as big a sale as I've seen in weeks past. The fluid film, that's a decent one there. A lot of the PVB blasters in there, but not on sale. Honestly, probably one of the weakest weeks in sales, if you would, that I've seen at AutoZone probably since I've ever stopped in there. Now, that said, Spring Black Friday is around the corner, so this may just be a lull before the storm as the spring automotive season starts to kick into gear. But you know what? The one thing you can say here is they've got a lot of choices here, a lot of options there. We got the Seafoam, a lot of additives, whether you're looking for regular fuel or diesel, oil, transmission, all that kind of stuff. They really do have a lot of choices. And I think that's something that a lot of people really forget about. Of course, the stay bill there, I'm a big fan of that stuff. But, what else do they have here? What is this? We got some power steering repair. I actually need some of that here. I'm doing some work on the BMW, and we're having some power steering fluid leaks there. So probably just going to have to replace the entire line. Purple Power there. Look at that. $14, saving $7 there. Let's see what else we got. We got some of the orange cleaner. I like that stuff. It gets your hands nice and clean there. And of course, oil. I know a lot of you are big aficionados and you really follow the oil market. And I'm sorry that I really don't, but I'm going to try and stay on top of it more coming up there so we can really figure out what the right sale prices are going to be here. Real quick, I wanted to jump over here and look at this because here's a good look at the new Durlast pliers. All right. Now again, very few of the tools that you're going to see in store are what I would call professional, not even prosumer grade, honestly, much less professional. But there's going to be a few of them that we're going to talk about in a minute. And again, as I said, we're going to cover the flyer. So everything you're seeing here as far as sale prices is going to get covered in the flyer. Now, the Mobile One, let me know what I kind of default to Mobile One just because I know it's good. It does the job. But what's your favorite go-to oil and what vehicle do you use them in? Because, maybe some oils are better for other vehicles than they are, for high mileage. Most of my vehicles are high mileage. I like to buy the premium stuff. Maybe I'm just throwing money at a problem and who knows, but I just kind of get the feeling that the Mobile One just does what I need. And yeah, I get I always run full synthetic and I run the high mileage oil when I can. GTX Castrol, I don't have nothing against that, or the Valvoline. That's good stuff as well. The Valvoline high mileage, the 10W40 there. Let's see what else we got here. Of course, we got some of the Prestone over there, some more of the Valvoline. And again, what you've noticed is the sale, well, there's 2 quarts for $15, is that often we'll have the 5-quart jug or 5 of the single quarts for the same price. So if you don't want to be lugging around a large jug or however you want to do it, you can, choose it in the way you're going to use it. Trolley jacks here. We're going to cover some more of these in just a minute. $60 on that. The creepers, though, is what I really want to look at. They have a nice little selection of creepers. The lift creeper, that's not that one. It's the blue one in front of it. That's the one that's on sale. I will say that seems to be better build quality than the plastic one you see from Harbor Freight. They're very similar, but I think that one's slightly better. Let's see. We got more oil here around the corner here. Saving $5 there on the Castrol there. One thing I do want to talk, let's talk about gas cans. What a terrible selection of gas cans. You got like 2 options. None of them are any good. Oh my gosh. What's your favorite gas can? I want to see it down in the comments. Now, one of the things I usually go for when it comes to filters and stuff like this, I do have some K&N air filters, but Wix is my my go-to. Now, let's talk about that Reese there. I have that on, well, at least we had it on our old Jeep. That was a good one. STP, I don't know, maybe STP back in the day was really good, but to me, STP feels like it's kind of gotten real budget level kind of stuff. I mean, the air filters, I'm not saying they don't do the job, but maybe not as good a build construction as some of the other options there on the market. Reese hitches. Now, are they the best hitches out there? I don't know if I'm going to say that. I like them. I think they do a fairly good job in most cases. And this one, we're going to talk about that more as we go through the flyer because I got something to say about that. Let's see what else. But you know what? A lot of great options. In fact, last time we were here, I needed to get a replacement for one of my hitches. I grabbed that one. Let's talk about these Durlast combination ratcheting wrenches. Look at that. Just to be clear, $65, not a bad for 16-piece, but there are skips. This is not professional or even prosumer grade stuff. This is definitely more on par with, say, Harbor Freight's Pittsburgh line. Now let's talk about jacks. They've got a nice selection for, small shop retail kind of stuff. You've got trolley jacks, you've got floor jacks, you've got a combination with the trolley with the jack. But look at this. This is their 3-ton Duralast. I use this as kind of the bench point for $240. $240. Now, a dual piston, but the build quality just does not seem up to a lot of the other stuff we looked at. Now, let's talk about tools. And I got to say, having looked at a lot of these, they look decent. I mean, for a home gamer kind of stuff, I don't see anything about these where I'm like, I wouldn't want to use them. Now, what I will say, though, is the price on all these is pretty hefty. Usually, I would say no unless they're on sale. Now, let's take a look at this set here. Down from $65. But if you look at this, there's no filler in this set. None. Zero filler. Now, is it no skip? Is it the best set out there? No, I'm not saying that. But, you got some bit adapters in there. You got some nice sockets. They also have this. This is a definite go-to. 10-piece, 10mm socket set. Everything there you see on that is 10mm. Comes with the rail. That's kind of a go-to. Maybe even a pro needs that in their toolbox. They've got the box of tools like everyone else has, $250. Of course, this is not sale price. As you can see, very little is on sale this week. It's really weird. Now, as far as the tools, I was saying before, I think they're Apex. This has a very SATA-like feel, although I've not seen anything exactly like this. Now, I do have this wrench, and I'll be honest, it's kind of a guilty pleasure. I really like using it. Of course, everyone knows I've got a soft spot for knurling, but it's got knurling on the top of the handle, knurling on the base of it. Let's get back to the wrenches, though, since we're here. I said definitely a step up over the quality of what I've seen before. It'd be nice to see some teeth in there on those on the open end, but the pliers, they're giving me a very very Apex feel. A lot of the look in there, at least on the head, very similar to what you'd see on a Cobalt, although the handles are clearly different. But again, not bad. Now, here's the cheaper version of stuff that they have, because they've got 2 levels of tools, and then actually they have some other levels, some higher tier stuff, bits and pieces here and there. Now, this one I said mostly not professional stuff. This is OEM. Now, OEM, I've seen many pro shops have OEM tools scattered about. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say they're all professional grade, but I've seen a lot of pros who use them. Now, of course, one of the things you always count on is a lot of gadgets and stuff. Phone holders. This is one of my pet peeves. I hate cheap phone holders, but I will say these magnetic mount ones. This one, actually not that one. The one over is honestly my favorite one that you can get. I use it in all my trucks. And it'll even hold up on the road, like a dirt road, bumps and all sorts of stuff. Now here we see some of the Titan stuff. I get a soft spot for Titan, but look at the size of the head on this thing, man. You could throw that at somebody for self-defense. I do have this mini ratchet. I think someone gave that to me. All right, I know a lot of this we already saw, but let's take a look at the flyer and see what's on sale. We got Castrol GTX. We got the conventional, the full synthetic, and the full synthetic high mileage. This is the 5-quart jugs or 5 single quarts, so you can get it either or. And you're looking at $34 bucks for the conventional and the synthetic, and $39 for the high mileage. If you just want to get one of the Castrol GTX high mileage motor single quarts, you're looking at $7 on that. All right. We also have the Pennzoil high mileage for $33, the Pennzoil full synthetic for $33, and the Pennzoil Platinum, that's the full synthetic high mileage there, again in the 5-quart or 5 singles, for $38. Now, STP conventional high mileage is coming in at $27. All right, let's see what else we got here. Also, they have a deal where if you buy this, you can also get your oil and your filter and your air filter and stuff in there. So there's a combo package as well. Now, let's talk about Mobile One. Mobile One, you're looking at full synthetic or synthetic high mileage for 40 bucks. The truck and SUV full synthetic for $40, and the Mobile One extended performance high mileage for $42. All right. Again, that's for the 5-quart or the single or 5 singles, however you want to do it. Valvoline's coming in at $34, $40, and $41 for the extended protection. And now Lucas, complete fuel treatment. Do you use the Lucas treatment? What do you think about treatments? Especially like, I'm a diesel owner myself. Now, I'm not talking about this specifically, but for those of you, I get questioned a lot, like what diesel treatments do you use? I'm not really big on the diesel treatments, but if you are, let me know which ones you use down below. Maybe we'll use these for a follow-up video, but we got the two for $11 for the complete fuel treatment there. And then the Seafoam, it's a lot of people have a love-hate relationship. Some people swear by it. Some people say it's snake oil. I've seen it do some remarkable things for some engines, but you're looking at the Seafoam treatment there, motor treatment. You pay $10, save $1.50 off the regular price, which looks to be $11.50. Then we have 2 for $6 of the little trees. Oh, I hate those. I hate air fresheners. If you do, that's great. We got the $4 oil change bundle there. You're getting the funnel and the pan. If you're on a tight budget, I get it. Go with that. If you're not, there's so many better solutions out there than those things. That pan's super flimsy. The funnel, anyway. Save 50% when you buy any 2 Duralast brake rotors. I know a lot of you are like, I'm only going to buy premium grade brakes and stuff like that. For me, AutoZone holds a special place in my heart. I didn't really get into the whole mechanic thing because I just absolutely love working on vehicles. I did it because I was broke, and I had to fix my own vehicles. And back in the day, AutoZone was the closest one I could get to when I had the car torn apart and I had to walk 4 blocks to get parts and go back and do it like 4 or 5 times because I got the wrong parts. It was a long time ago. I've since learned my lesson, and they got a lot of great options now that might change that for you, but we'll talk about this later. But anyway, I get it. If you're on a tight budget and you're just doing the basics, maybe that's a way to think about it there. Let's talk about some more oil there. We got Valvoline Daily Protection or Max Life for $7 a quart, and save $2 on the Valvoline Daily Protection. Now, here we go. When you buy 2 Rain X windshield washer fluids, you get a $4 bonus reward. What's your favorite washer fluid? Which one do you use? I'll be honest, I just grab whatever's inside the door. I don't really think about it when I go and grab them. Maybe I should. We got fluid film. That's some good stuff. 2 for $19. That's not a bad deal. When we got above that, we got the Select Lucas Oil Transmission Additives. $5 bonus reward. Now, that transmission, this is a touchy subject. What do you think about it? Do any of you use transmission additives? Have you actually seen any kind of real, any benefits from that? And then we got Peak OET Antifreeze Coolant 50/50 there, $3 bonus reward on that. Now, the talking about the rewards, they have a whole rewards program you got to get signed up for. We're going to talk more about that here later. We got on page 2, we got more of the antifreeze. We got the Prestone. This one's one for me, 2 for $44 on the Blue Def. I just bought some Def fluid. Now, I know a lot of you are like, you got to do the diesel delete. I just want to mention 2 things. A, I would never do that because deleting your emissions on a vehicle is a violation of federal law, and I would never even consider doing that. B, this is an open platform, and they can hear you. Anyway, $2 for $12 Stay-Bill. I talk about Stay-Bill a lot. It's kind of my go-to. I didn't really think about it. If I think about getting a fuel stabilizer, I buy Stay-Bill. Is there a better one out there, do you think? But that said, if you're running a generator and you're running gas, you gotta have a stabilizer in there. In fact, on a lot of generators, if you don't have a stabilizer in it, it'll void the warranty. If you send it for repair, they're going to pull the fluid, they're going to analyze it. They don't find a stabilizer in there, they're going to say you voided the warranty. Just full warning. You can argue about whether it's a good thing or not. That's just the way things are. We got some more Lucas oil additives for $5 bonus reward. House products. I don't even know what these are, honestly. Diesel. Oh, that's the diesel treatments I was talking about before. As I said, I don't use diesel treatments. We got the engine restore lubricant restore 6-cycle engine additive there for save $3. The Cat Complete Fuel System Cleaner there for saving $7 on that. Now the McGuire's over here. This is a nice bundle here. $20 bundle. You're getting the 16-ounce quick interior detailer, the gold class car wash, and the hot shine tire coating there for $20. Spring is here. It's around the corner if you're up north, spring's not here. If you're down south, it's never gone away. But that said, it's time to start rolling out those cars, getting looking pretty and stuff. So it might be something to pick up there. Let's jump there. We got more fluid fill, or is that the same one here for $20? Select Bar Leaks products here. I've not used those. If you've used those, let me know. We got 2 for $19 mix or match. We got the Castrol Transmax automatic transmission fluid gallons. Transmission fluid gallons. Who writes this stuff? Save $4. Now here's the thing. This was at a transmission fluid funnel for $1 more. Well, that's kind of nice. That said, what are your thoughts on transmission fluid changes? My take on it is, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I just leave them alone. As long as I own the vehicle, I've never changed transmission fluid, and I've never had a problem with the transmission. When you buy 2 Select tires and wheel products, you're getting $5 off. Okay. Duralast shocks, again, if you're on a budget. Here we got wipers. When you buy 2 Bosch Envision windshield wiper blades, $15 bonus rewards. I have a real problem with wiper blades because I go back and forth between Montana and Vegas. Temperature change, altitude change, the humidities. I have to do wiper changes twice a year at least. And I used to really like the Bosch ones, but I'm changing them so often that it doesn't really matter to me at this point because they won't survive a winter in Montana. They won't survive a summer in Vegas. And between going back and forth, I basically have to change them in the spring and in the fall. Get new ones for winter and new ones for summer is basically what we're doing. But anyway, what's your go-to wiper brand? Let's see here. We got brake bundles, yada, yada, yada. $8 brake bundle there. Let's see what else we got. Now, this right here, I remember looking through this. So we on Bosch spark plugs, double platinum spark plugs versus the iridium spark plugs. You're looking at $5 versus $10 reward. I'll be honest, back in the day, if you wanted to treat yourself, you got Bosch spark plugs. What are the spark plugs, I probably, if I was choosing right now, I'd probably choose the iridium, but let me know what you think down below. We got loaded struts and shocks. Yeah. How about this? $30 grab and clean microfiber cloths, 100-pack. A 100-pack for $30. That's a tempting deal there. We got the invisible glass cleaner there with the tool for getting the inside of the windshield. I need to do this, but I'll be honest. I've tried several of those inside reach kind of tools, and they never work right. If you've got a recommendation on one that works right, I would love to hear it because I've tried like the one off Amazon that's got like the green thing on it. And it never matches the curve of the inside of my windshield. And I get these 2 lines going down it. And I end up just doing it by hand. I should just grab one of the Cubs and send them out there with a cleaning cloth and make them do it. Actually, what I need to do is I need to resurface my windshield because all the highway miles I've got a million little micro fractures in it from all the grit and sand and everything. And I just need to resurface that thing. So that might be a project coming up this summer. Let's see here. And then the Armor All here. So I got to tell you, I do keep these around, and I know maybe I'm wrong. I'm not one of these like super hardcore aficionados about detailing my car, but I keep a 3-pack of these around for just wiping stuff down. we live on a dirt road. When we're in Montana, everything around Vegas is dirt. So we're constantly having just a layer of fine dirt and silt inside the truck. And, these just make it easy to wipe them down. 2 for $12. Yeah, I think that's a go-to one on that one. All right, let's see what else we got over here. We got bug shields. I'm not a bug shield or window shield kind of person. If you like them, let me know. We got to talk about this. This needs to be... I like Reese. Reese makes decent stuff. When you buy a Reese tactical tri-ball mount, and I'm not against the tri-ball mount. Tactical? Why does my hitch pin or my ball receiver, why is it tactical? Are we going after bad guys? Are we fighting ISIS with our receivers? What's going on here? I'm done. Just done with it. We got a cold air intake. I'll tell you what. I know people love the cold air intakes. When it comes to power stuff, I listen to Gale Banks, and Gale Banks says enclosed box all day long, and I'm going to listen to Gale on that one. So we got the ProLift Creeper. We saw that in the video there, and that's coming in. $10 bonus reward on that. The Duralast. Now we're going to talk about these in a minute. Actually, let's talk about them now. So Duralast, these are the new tools. We showed them in the video. So Duralast is the house brand over there at AutoZone. And allegedly they made a change as to who was manufacturing the tools. I think they just changed the level of the tools because I know before they were made by Apex, and everything I see looking at them right now says Apex, all right? It really does. And as I commented in the video, though, like with the ratchet, there's nothing that really lines up identical. So they're clearly making a brand just for AutoZone, which I think is pretty cool. They're not just SATA's rebranded, but boy, I did get a strong SATA kind of feel from a lot of the tools. The Slime brass tire gauge. I haven't tried that. Slime, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of the Slime. I think there's better solutions out there. Mechanics wear gloves. I love the Mechanics gloves. Save $5 on those. $16.99. That seems to be a standard sale price. Nothing to write home about on those. Innovacar OB2 reader there. I've not used their OB2 readers. They've got a couple one. They've got an a wireless one, the Bluetooth. I've not used any of these. If you have, you can give some feedback on it. I'd love to hear it. But let's talk about some of the other stuff, though, that AutoZone has. Now, this is what I was talking about, like having to make that walk back and forth and stuff. They've got free next-day delivery on orders $35 or more. Buy online and pick up in store. One of the things we've been asking Harbor Freight for years, AutoZone has it. You can do it. And then in some areas, get this, they're now offering, see it down there? They're now offering same-day delivery. Now, if you've got one in your area, that's, I don't know if I want them leaving a battery at my front door like that with the terminals exposed. But that said, if you're working on a project and you don't want to stop, you want to keep going, you find a part, you pull up your phone, you open up the app, you order it, and it gets there same day, there's something to be said for that if they can do it. All right, and also, we're talking about the rewards. You got to download the app, get on there. You'll earn 20. I don't know if you got to do it on the app. I think you can join in store. There you go. I think you can sign up on the website as well. Join now. It's free. You'll earn $20 reward after every 5 qualifying purchases. Now, what's a qualifying purchase? Well, that's a good question there. But one thing I like is you can track all your purchases. You can manage your vehicles and their service history, access hundreds of free repair guides, get exclusive offers. Yeah, of course, they're trying to give you more and more offers and stuff. But I think it's not a bad idea. You can enter in, I think, up to 4 different vehicles on the website, so you can make sure, well, sure-ish, that the stuff you're ordering fits those vehicles. I also offer a VIN decoder, which is nice. You can throw it in there. You can see exactly, what your truck's supposed to, or your car is supposed to be spec'd for, and all that kind of stuff. That's kind of cool. Now, this is one thing I think constantly gets overlooked. A lot of these places, AutoZone included, has a tool borrowing thing. You can go in, you have to give them like your ID and stuff, and they will loan you a tool. And the stuff is like a lot. Basically, you're not going to get like a ratchet, stuff like that. You're going to get specialty tools, stuff that most people would like buy once. Air conditioning tools, cooling system diagnostics, external engine, exhaust tools, pullers. I've used those before. They got tap and die set, flare nut tools there, steering and suspension. I see people borrowing those a lot, compressed coils and whatnot. So always remember that. If there's a tool out there, and I know a lot of people like to go to Harbor Freight and they buy it and then they use it and they take it back. You don't do that. You can just borrow it from AutoZone. They'll just lend it to you. All right, now free services. Now get this. Now I've used this before. Now they'll go out, they'll take an OBD2 reader and they'll slap it on there and do the diagnostics for you, which is great. But one of the things that I've used a bunch is taking a battery in to have it tested. Now I got that new thing from Top Test that lets me hook up a battery and it pulls the whole code and scans it and does all the stuff on my phone. So I don't need to do that anymore. And I love that ability. But before that, I frequently would take a battery in, drop it off, and most places will do this. O'Reilly's will do it, AutoZone will do it, Napa will do it, and they're happy to take a look at it and check it and see if it's rather, if you can actually recharge it, recondition it, or if it's dead. The loaner tool we have, repair help. Now I'll say this: if you're one of the ladies and you're even marginally good looking, and pardon me for saying this, but this is the truth. If you go to an AutoZone, say Friday, 6-ish in the afternoon, the early evening, there is likely to be a whole host of young men hanging out there looking at tools, talking about cars. You just walk in and you pull oh my gosh, I don't know what's wrong with it. I just have to fix it and I don't have a lot of money and what can I do? And you'll have a fleet of self-certified mechanics willing to help you out. I know I've seen it myself. And I talked about it in another video. It was hilarious, but oh my gosh. And if you're looking to meet young ladies who want a guy in their life who's handy with the tool, that might be a way to do it. Anyway, they also recycle your used motor oil if you're doing your own oil changes and stuff like that. They have 6,000 locations. They are the 7-Eleven of auto parts stores. Free store pickup we talked about. Next day delivery we talked about. AutoZone rewards. You got to get signed up. If you're going to be shopping there, sign up for the rewards program. You might as well. They got a decent warranty. And more technicians trust Duralast parts so you can install with confidence. More than what? More than yesterday? More than most? That's an interesting, completely unqualified statement. Anyway, now get this. This is funny. On the website, they help you find repair shops near you. So you've tried to do the repair, you bought the tools, you've had it next day delivered parts, and you've completely screwed it up. Well, guess what? They will help you find a repair shop to fix it. It's right there. I kid you not. Anyway, so the question is, AutoZone, should it be something you consider? Do they have the top tier parts? No, but you know what? Sometimes you just got, some people, they have inexpensive cars and vehicles, and maybe they're going to, maybe they just need to get it to last through the end of the year until they can get on to the next one or something like that. I used AutoZone parts a lot growing up, and I will go into AutoZone. I'll buy fluids there. I'll buy, if I just need a part real quick, and that's the one closest, because literally, I'm here in Boulder City, Nevada right now. The Harbor Freight is half an hour away. The AutoZone is 100 yards away. Now, granted, we also have an O'Reilly's, and there's, what's the other one? I always call it US West, but it's something else. I can never remember the name of it. Honestly, that's the one it's funny because that's the one back in Montana that I usually end up going to. But anyway, the fact is that I don't think it's a terrible place to shop. Yeah, do they have a bunch of just weird, wacky, stick-on, stuff to make your car look completely trash? Yes, they do. But you know what? If I need a steering wheel cover for a vehicle, like I picked up a used truck, it's got a thrash steering wheel, I'm going to throw a cover on it and drive it for a year or two. Yeah, that's the place I'm going to go and grab it. And want some cheap mats for it, I'll do that. So my daily driver I'm going to use a lot. I'm going to buy me some WeatherTechs. Okay, I'm huge on the WeatherTech, but you know what? For some of the miscellaneous stuff, I may get some cheaper stuff. What else will I grab there? If I need a tool, I'm working on something that's super close, I might grab it. And the tools, again, I'm saying that they look very Apex-like. If you have any information about that, let me know down below. Also, let me know what your shopping experience has been at AutoZone. I'd love to hear it. Anyway, I've rambled on enough. That's it for today. Make sure you chomp the old like button if you found anything useful here. Smash the subscribe. Ring the bell so you stay around and find out more of the deals we got coming up. We're going to be covering what's going on at Home Depot. We're covering what's going on in Lowe's. We got Spring Black Friday coming up here in just a handful of weeks. And there's looking to be some really major deals. So stay tuned. Anyway, you all take care. God bless. And as always, shine on.